Hi guys, my name is Faisal, and in this video I'm going to talk about a little bit about how I lost 57 pounds of weight in just under 7 months without once going to the gym. I'll talk a little bit about the food that I ate, the food that I avoided, and any resources that I used to help me get to where I am today. So just to start, I don't know when you're watching this video, but in November of 2016, I weighed 230 pounds, and it took me 6 months just under 7 months actually, to lose 57 pounds. So I'll just start off by saying that there is a formula to lose weight, okay, and it's very simple. And let me tell you, if I can do it, anybody can do it. Because I never once thought that I was actually able to lose that much weight, if any weight actually to say. All you need is a little motivation and the results will come in. I remember for the longest time I would always tell myself, like, okay, now it's time to start losing weight, you know, stop eating junk food, but I never did. I would always postpone it, and I'm sure a lot of you probably did the same thing. I remember I told myself on New Year's, stop eating junk, start losing weight. And then I would say, and then I never did, you know, and then a week later I would say, okay, I'll start next week, and then a month later, and then, you know, so on and so forth, but it never happened. So I'll just talk a little bit about actually what triggered me to start losing weight. And I remember it was exactly like maybe a couple of weeks before I began my diet is when I went to the mall, and I was trying on some new clothes. And I remember I looked at myself at one of the shirts that I had on, and, you know, my stomach was sticking out, and I didn't like it. Actually, I remember that I had maybe 10 shirts in my hand, and I took all of them to the change room, and not a single one I liked on myself because of the way I looked. I remember I would always go to the beach without a problem, you know, without a shirt on. You know, I never cared about what people thought. I was never conscious of my body. I didn't care. I never let anybody, you know, ruin the way I lived because of the way I looked. But at the same time, I realized if I didn't start doing something now or then at the time, health-wise, I'd be in trouble very soon. So what triggered me to finally stop eating bad and start my diet? Well, I actually remember it like it was yesterday. It was November 15th, you know, 2016. And I remember when I had just woken up, and I just stared, you know, I stared at the ceiling, I stared at my pillow. And out of nowhere, I just started insulting myself. Oh, like, I would hammer myself for 5 straight minutes, 10 minutes actually, calling myself names, telling myself to get off your lazy butt, telling myself, why are you doing this to yourself? You know you don't like the way you look, you know. Why are you eating all this junk food? Why are you eating fast food every day outside? Why don't you stop eating the crap and start eating healthy? And let me tell you, after that, like, that insulting yourself for 10 minutes, you know, that moment I went downstairs from my bedroom, I was a whole new person. So let me start by saying this actually. I did say that I never went to the gym once. That is true. I've never been to the gym. Okay, I have never been to the gym. I never went to the gym once. People always ask me, oh my God, you lost so much weight. Which gym did you go to? No, I never went to a single gym, but that doesn't mean I didn't exercise, okay? Now let me tell you this as well. To lose weight, it's all about the food that you eat, okay? It's 80% diet, 20% exercise. And believe me when I say that too. In fact, you know, I only exercised for 4 months out of the 7-month, you know, diet that I was on. And even the last 3 months that I didn't exercise, not even once, I still lost, I think, 20 pounds just by the food that I ate, you know, by changing the habit of the food that I was consuming. So you're probably not going to want to hear this, but if you really want to lose weight, you have to count calories, okay? To count calories, first you need to know how many calories your body burns in a day. And when you figure that out, you just have to eat less than that number, so you can create a calorie deficit. So just keep in mind that 1 pound is 3,500 calories. So every time you eat 3,500 calories less than what you're supposed to, you burn 1 pound, or 1 pound of fat disappears. There are 2 numbers to look at here. The first one is called the BMR number. That is, well, for long term, it's long form. It's called your basic metabolism rate. This is the amount of calories that your body needs to essentially to live and breathe. You know, when your organs run, they burn calories, right? The BMR number is the minimum number that your body burns each day, like the minimum amount without doing anything. Say you're sitting on the couch for 24 hours doing nothing. That's what the BMR number is. So if you go on a website and you calculate what's my BMR, you know, you put your information in, your age, your height, your sex, your what else, and the current weight, and it shoots out a number. Now there are other numbers as well, depending on whether or not you exercise a lot or little. Of course, the more you exercise, the more calories your body burns, so the more you can eat. Actually, below I will link the website that I used to calculate your BMR and the other numbers as well. Now for me, okay, I used the BMR number to create a calorie deficit. Okay, so once you put in your age, your height, your current weight, so for example, I'll give you an example. For me, back on November 15, 2016, I was 28 years old. I still am 5'10", but back then I weighed 230 pounds. So when I punched all that numbers in, but my BMR was 2,020 calories. What did I do? I just made sure I ate less than that number. You know, which meant yes, I did count calories. You know, you have to know exactly what you're eating. How did I lose so much weight in little time? Well, to be honest, I was a little hard on myself. Okay, I would try not to go over 1,600 calories. Even 1,500 if I remember as well. You know, sometimes, you know, that's not recommended. I remember I had days where I didn't even eat over 1,200 calories, which I don't advise doing, by the way. So for example, if my BMR was 2,000 and I ate 1,500 calories, I was creating a calorie deficit of 500 every day. So since 3,500 calories is 1 pound, 7 days you will lose one pound of weight. But I lost more than 1 pound a week, obviously, because I lost 57 pounds in 6 months. I also did a lot of cardio, by the way, okay? So I was telling you that earlier it was 80% diet, 20% exercise. So that 20% exercise, what I did was, even though I didn't go to the gym once, downstairs in my basement I do have a treadmill and an elliptical, okay? And I did use both. So what did I do? This was my my hour and a half of, you know, exercise. I would go 40 minutes on the treadmill, you know, like I wouldn't run, I would jog on it. I would jog, you know, and throughout those 40 minutes, I believe, if I recall, every 10 minutes I would do a good 2-minute run and then back down to just jogging. Okay, so I did that for 40 minutes. Once I got off the treadmill, I went to the elliptical and I did 10 minutes. And it wasn't really hard 10 minutes, but I would say it was just like your average 10 minutes, you know, like not too slow, but not too fast either. After I did those two, you know, I did a few push-ups. You know, I'm not sure what this is called, this little machine thing is called, but it really helps, you know, fix your stomach up. It's the little ab wheel. I would do 50 of those a day, actually. Well, actually, I exercised 5 days a week, not all 7 days. You know, and for me that went by really quickly because I have a little TV in front of my treadmill, and I have a TV in front of my elliptical. So every time I would run or exercise, I would either watch, you know, the hockey game, or I'd watch a show or something. You know, I mean, instead of sitting down and watching, just, you know, you do a little jogging. It's, you know, it's not that bad. So what did I stop eating? This is the hard part now that I know a lot of you don't want to hear, but you know, it has to be done, unfortunately. So I completely eliminated chocolate, chips, cookies, you know, your basic junk food. Everybody knows what that is. I also eliminated Coke. I used to drink Coke like crazy before. That stuff is terrible for you. You have no idea, okay, the amount of sugar there is in Coke. So I stopped drinking Coke, you know, all sodas. I also stopped drinking high-calorie juice. You know, a lot of those juices, if you look at it, how much sugar is in it, you're supposed to only have 37 grams of sugar in one day. And I think a can of Coke has 35, just in one can. So you're almost at your full capacity of sugar for the whole day in just that one can of Coke, you know? So just think about that for a second. I minimized bread by 90%. 90%. Bread is actually very, you know, that's one of the things you have to also stop eating. I eliminated pasta as well, so carbs, obviously, we're talking about carbs here. I increased I increased fruit and veggies intake, you know, and I drank a lot of water. At night, you know, before I remember I used to eat Nutella, you know, I used to eat all this junk food right before I slept, you know, it's such high calorie food. But during my weight loss, if I ever got hungry at night, I would eat a banana, you know, or an apple. You know, sometimes I put a little bit of peanut butter on the apple, you know, just to fill me up a little more. I mean, you can have cheat days, okay? You can have cheat days once in a while. I think I had a cheat day maybe once every 2 weeks, you know, if that even. That's why I lost so much in such little time. But my cheat days weren't like 3,000 calories, you know? Like my normal day-to-day calorie that I'm supposed to eat is, I think, 2020, what I said earlier. And I would eat, during my weight loss, I would eat 1,500. But if I would have a cheat day, I would just eat 2,000 calories, what I'm supposed to. So it's not really a cheat day. I'm just eating the normal calories that I'm supposed to. But for me, that was considered the cheat day for me, you know? Like going over 1,500 or 1,600 calories, that was a cheat day for me. So I was a little hard on myself, but I mean, you see from the pictures that I showed you that what I used to look like and what I look like now. And honestly, like, the pounds just fell off. I mean, I wish I took a picture of myself at 230 pounds, but actually that first picture you saw of my stomach sticking out, I was actually 220 pounds. So I had already lost 10 pounds before that picture was taken. And then I decided, you know, maybe I should take a picture of myself how I look now, since I lost already 10 pounds in a short period of time. Maybe I'll lose more, you know. I never thought I would lose 57 pounds. That's just ridiculous. I was just, oh my God, I couldn't believe it. And every day at work or at school, anywhere, wherever I am, people always ask me, oh my God, how'd you lose so much how much weight so fast, you know? And this is exactly what I'm telling you now is what I've told everybody, essentially, you know? It's really all about the food. It's all about the food that you eat. Actually, I'm going to show you what instead of bread, what I ate was, I ate these little crackers, you know, about this big, and each of them are 20 calories, you know. So I think bread, even the thin slice toast, I think is 140 calories for a little tiny thing, okay? And the crackers that I'm about to show you are this big and they're 20 calories. That's it. You see the difference here? Let me go grab them and I'll show you. I'll show you what I'm talking about. These things right here. So these are called brogies. These things. I don't know if you can see them properly or not, but the crackers are about, let's see if I can actually take one out here for you. And I lived on these for the 7 months while I was losing weight, and they really helped. Like I would put, you know, eggs, cheese, whatever, you know, on them. Well, actually, not so much cheese because that's high calorie. So this big old thing right here, I'm not making a mess. This huge thing right here, this is 20 calories. Okay, so I would put whatever, you would put spread, you would put, you know, whatever you eat on bread, you know, instead of bread, you use this. This big thing is 20 calories instead of the little tiny toast that's 140 or 150 calories, you know. And the bigger ones are even way more, by the way, bread I'm talking about. So little things like that actually do help, okay? But the one thing that I will tell everybody is this, okay? If you really want to lose weight, count calories. And I'll also tell you this, okay? Every calorie counts. Believe me when I say that. Every calorie counts, okay? Like I was so crazy in counting the calories. I remember even when I was eating ketchup, I would put it like, you know, on a spoon to measure it, you know. Okay, so 1 tablespoon is 15 calories. Okay, so that's 15 calories, so add 15 calories to whatever the amount. You know, I actually also had a spreadsheet on my computer of, you know, what my BMR was. And obviously, you know, when you lose weight, your BMR goes down, right? So every time you lose 10 pounds, 15 pounds, your BMR gets less and less. So it gets harder to lose weight as you go because your body burns less calories, right? Less calories, which means you have to eat less and less and less. At the time of the filming of this video, it's September 2017. So I went from 230 pounds in November November 15, 2016 to about June, I would say mid-June, I was 174 pounds. 173 actually as well, but I went on vacation, came back and I gained a couple of pounds, but whatever, you know, that's a different story. But right now I weighed myself this morning and I'm 174. So I've been maintaining my weight since June and September now, so 3 months. So that's the hard part now, is trying to maintain my weight. I mean, I don't know if I want to keep going, if I want to go down further. I think a lot of people told me to stop losing weight, but I don't know. I think for now I should be okay. But let me tell you the feeling, you know, when after I went to the mall again and I put, you know, I tried shirts on. And obviously I don't know, right? So I grabbed all extra large. That's what I used to wear. I used to wear extra large shirts. So I grabbed a bunch of extra large shirts and I went to the dressing room and I put them on. Obviously they were way too big, you know. So I went back, okay, maybe I went down to a large. So I grabbed a few large shirts. No, they're still big and I couldn't believe it, you know. And then I got medium shirts. Medium shirts fit on me. And not just that, actually a lot of small shirts fit on me. And you know, when I put that small shirt on and I felt comfortable in it, you know, I actually started tearing up. It's really life-changing, okay? It's life-changing. You feel happier, you feel like you can, you know, you're more active, you know. And I used to snore a lot, by the way. My family would tell me I used to snore like crazy. And since I lost all that weight, they don't hear anything from me anymore. So let me tell you, it's really worth it. You know, you just have to have the motivation to do it. And honestly, if I can do it, you can too. So yeah, oh, actually, one more thing. I wanted to tell you, where's my phone? I'm using my phone to, I'm using my phone to tape this video. I wanted to tell you what app I used to count calories actually. I don't remember the name of it. I think it's called MyFitnessPal or something like that, but I'll link it down below as well. I'll write down what the app that I used to count calories. It's fantastic actually. You just scan, you use the barcodes on every food and you scan it and you just put in how much you ate and it gives you the calories there, you know. It is a little time consuming, but believe me, it's worth it. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope I motivated you a little bit. And yeah, let me know if you start, you know, or how your progress is. And good luck, everybody. See ya.